just the way he returns that. It's just not a guy who believes much, much anymore in winning, and then to lose against someone like that, it's very like he was mentally out of it already, and just gets the lucky shot in.
Ever wondered what's tougher, dodging a bullet or facing Novak Djokovic on the tennis court? Today, we're diving into the surprising rivalry that sends shockwaves through the sports world. Why does Roger Federer, the Swiss maestro himself, have beef with the relentless Djokovic? Strap in as we reveal the drama, the intensity, and the moments that turn two players into enemies. This is the showdown you've been waiting for. But first, quiz time. What is Federer's signature tennis move known as? Is it A, silent but deadly, B, the demon, C, the sneak attack, D, the arrowhead? The correct answer will be revealed at the end of the video, so stay tuned. And hey, don't be shy, hit us up with your guesses in the comments. We'll reply to as many of them as we can. And as always, if this video serves up some tennis joy, volley that like button and backhand a subscribe for more ace-worthy tennis content like this. Let's travel into the heart of this complicated relationship, where every handshake, every comment, and every match tells a part of their story. It all began in 2006 at the Davis Cup, where the seeds of their future rivalry were planted. Djokovic, playing against Federer's Swiss teammate, took a medical timeout when he was down 2-1. He came back to win the match. Federer didn't take kindly to this, hinting he thought Djokovic was faking his injury to break his opponent's rhythm. To me, this was the first crack in their relationship, showing Federer's skepticism towards Djokovic's integrity on the court. Was Federer right to doubt Djokovic? Or was this just a competitive spirit talking? Then in 2007, Djokovic's impersonations of other players, including Federer, added fuel to the fire. While many found these impersonations funny, I couldn't help but think that Federer must have felt slighted. Imagine someone you're not on great terms with mocking you publicly. It doesn't exactly sound like a recipe for friendship, does it? Their encounters on the court added layers to their rivalry. In 2008, after Djokovic retired from a match against Andy Roddick at the Australian Open, Federer's comments were less than sympathetic. He pointed out Djokovic's history of retiring from matches, casting doubt on his endurance. This to me was Federer laying bare his feelings about Djokovic's commitment to the game. It felt like Federer was saying, if you can't handle the heat, maybe you shouldn't be on the court. But was this fair criticism, or a sign of Federer feeling threatened by a rising star? The 2011 US Open semi-final brought their attention into sharp focus. Djokovic's miraculous shot to save match points and eventually win didn't impress Federer, who called it lucky. This moment was telling. It seemed Federer couldn't quite bring himself to acknowledge Djokovic's skill and fight. It was as if admitting Djokovic's talent would somehow diminish his own legacy. But isn't luck part of the game? And doesn't it take skill to be lucky at such a crucial moment? The turning point in their relationship seemed to come in 2012. A discussion about their past, particularly the Davis Cup incident, allowed them to start afresh. Watching them interact, it became clear that time and conversation had begun to heal old wounds. Their newfound respect was clear in their body language and comments about each other. It made me think that these two giants of the game were finally about to see past their rivalry and appreciate each other's greatness. Quick side note here, I hope you haven't forgotten about our trivia question. Make sure to keep watching, the answer will be revealed at the end. And unfortunately for the fart enthusiasts among us, the answer is not A, silent but deadly. But just when it seemed their relationship was on the mend, comments from Djokovic's father flushed it all down the toilet. Criticizing Federer and prioritizing his son to the high heavens, Djokovic's father's words must have been uncomfortable for both players. Djokovic's attempts to distance himself from his father's comments were commendable. Still, it highlighted the external pressures and opinions that can impact even the strongest of relationships. How much of our opinions about these athletes do you think are shaped by their performance on the court versus what we hear off it? It's an interesting question, one which I'm still trying to answer, so I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Despite these ups and downs, their respect for each other grew bit by bit over the years. The sight of them playing doubles together at the Laver Cup was something many fans, including myself, never thought we'd see. It was a moment of unity that transcended past conflicts, showing that rivalry can give way to respect, even friendship. Looking back, it's clear that the Federer-Djokovic saga is more than a simple tennis rivalry. While their early encounters were marked by skepticism and tension, their later years showed a mature relationship built on mutual admiration. Their rivalry reminds us that in the heat of competition, it's easy to forget the human behind the athlete. But over time, respect can replace rivalry, and even the fiercest of competitors can find common ground. In 2024 at the Australian Open, Novak Djokovic shared a surprising detail about his relationship with Roger Federer. Early on, Federer didn't like how Djokovic acted. Their rivalry started in 2006. At first, Federer was ahead, but Djokovic's first win in 2007 changed things. They've played each other 50 times, with Djokovic winning 27 of those matches. Their games are always intense, with Djokovic being the only one to beat Federer in all 4 major tournaments. After beating Thomas Echeverry and moving into the 4th round, Djokovic talked about his early days. He said he was very confident and always spoke about wanting to be the best, which might not have sat well with Federer or other top players. "I never ever lacked respect," Djokovic emphasized, pointing out that he always showed respect to his opponents, a value important to him from the start. Responding to a question from Wertheim about his relationship with his 2 principal rivals, the 36-year-old Novak said that while the greatest respect is always there, at least from my side, a bit of distance is necessary for the trio to truly come together. As my great-granny used to say, distance makes the heart grow fonder. Just messing with you, I don't think she ever said those words in her life, but my point still stands. I would really like to, said Djokovic about a friendly future with the other GOATs. Personally, I would like to. I mean, I know that, obviously, we didn't get along so well throughout our careers off-court. And we are not friends because, we're rivals. And it's difficult as competitors to be very close and kind of share and give insights to your life or how you feel because, it could be used against you. He also had this to say: "We have shared the stage for so many years, and I think the greatest respect is always there, at least from my side towards them. So yeah, I hope that one day when the curtains are slightly more closed, that we're able to sit down and reflect. It would be amazing." The rivalry of Federer and Djokovic, to me, is a powerful lesson in the complexities of human relationships, especially in the competitive world of sports. It teaches us that while rivalry can drive athletes to greater heights, it's respect that truly defines their legacy. And perhaps in the end, that's what matters most. Now let's circle back to our trivia question. What is Federer's signature tennis move known as? Well, here's the answer: the sneak attack by Roger, or sabre for short. In 2015, Roger Federer brought the sabre into the spotlight at the Cincinnati Masters, a bold move where he'd rush forward to hit the ball early, right after the serve. This move wasn't just about showing off his speed or skill, it was actually a clever trick to mess with his opponent's head. Personally, I think it was a genius play, making tennis even more exciting to watch. Federer was literally playing mind games. The idea behind the sabre came from a mix of Federer's own creativity and advice from his coach Severin Luthi. It felt like an answer to the challenge posed by rivals like Novak Djokovic, changing the game to stay on top. Some, like Boris Becker, thought it was disrespectful, but isn't challenging the norms how sports evolve? To me, Federer was clearly pushing the boundaries, showing that he's not afraid to stir the pot. Critics and players noticed the sabre's impact. Craig O'Shaughnessy called it an insanely short stroke, while Rafael Nadal admitted its effectiveness, especially during their 2017 Australian Open match. So there you have it. Now take a peek at our other videos. And that, my friends, is game, set, and match for this episode of Glam Slam Tennis. Thanks for watching.